A depleted Gold Coast side made the longest trip in football to face West Coast at Domain Stadium in round 7. In pouring rain, the Suns started well.
Giving him a chat on the way through. Kick not 15. Well done, Miller.
Before the Eagles took control in the second half to then run away with a comprehensive victory. With first-choice key defenders Stephen May and Rory Thompson unavailable, inexperienced duo Jack Leslie and Henry Shade led an undermanned back six on a tough night at Domain Stadium. Up against West Coast star Nick Naitanui, Tom Nichols nullified the ruckman's influence and got his hands dirty too with 11 tackles to be one of the Suns' best. As we've quickly become accustomed to, Touk Miller produced another workmanlike performance chiselled from applied pressure. And Kade Kolodjashnij was rewarded for his poise during a night where the back six was under siege. Collingwood travelled to the Gold Coast in round 8 in what has quickly become one of the premier fixtures on the Suns' calendar. The night didn't get off on the best note, with the Magpies jumping out of the blocks before the Suns regained some momentum in the second quarter through Matera. And then Sexton.
His handling was outstanding, and most importantly, he finished the job.
Charlie Dixon turned it on in the second quarter to help turn the game on its head with 3 goals in the space of 5 minutes. Tom Nichols continued his strong patch of form to beat Collingwood pair Brodie Grundy and Jarrod Witts, and capped off his performance with 2 final term goals. A tough night for the Suns got even worse in the aftermath, with ball magnet Dion Prestia joining Jaeger O'Meara on the sidelines for the season. Dixon collected the most votes for his 4-goal haul on Nathan Brown, and Kade Kolodjashnij received votes for the 7th time from 8 games. Hawthorn at their Tasmanian fortress presented an enormous challenge for the Suns, but the Gold Coast got off to a strong start to remain just within touching distance of the Hawks in the opening half.
Goal for the Suns, great teamwork, they willed it across the line.
On paper, the Goldfin personnel was wide, but through a strong effort, the Suns didn't let the reigning premiers get away in the first half.
Ruffy does and gets collared.
Tom Lynch led from the front all day to be one of the Suns' key contributors.
Yeah, it's what he creates for sure. Great kick.
That's perfect to Charlie Dixon.
And Mitch Hallahan, against the team he spent 4 years at, demonstrated how damaging he can be in close, with a career-high tally of 30 possessions and 7 clearances. But the Hawks ran away with the game in the second half, mastering the difficult windy conditions to secure the points at Aurora Stadium. Stephen May returned from suspension to dominate Jarrod Roughead and hold him to just 1 behind, whilst Hallahan was rewarded for his gutsy effort against his old side. The Swans travelled north to Metricon Stadium and showed why they were the informed team of the competition. Kade Kolodjashnij kept the Suns in the game in the opening half with his long-range kicking on display.
Bounce gets the bounce.
Highly touted draftee Peter Wright showed promise in a baptism of fire in his debut game, kicking the first of hopefully many at Metricon Stadium.
2-metre Peter. Their pick 8 delivers. And they come from everywhere. His first goal, hopefully his first of many.
Gold Coast fought back after the main break to stifle the Swans going forward. Tom Lynch did damage at both ends of the ground to help stem the bleeding in the second half and maintain some respectability. The emergence of Tom Nichols continued against the Swans, with another stellar performance in the ruck, this time against Premiership star Mike Pike. In uncharacteristic wet and dreary conditions at Metricon Stadium, Gold Coast got off to a strong start against the ladder leaders Fremantle. Andrew Rains produced one of the best performances of his first season at the Suns, with 2 important goals in the first half, as well as quelling Little Dockers ball magnet Lachie Neale. In a tough arm wrestle, Rodney Eads' men subdued a star-studded Fremantle midfield to stay in touching distance of the Dockers for the entire game. Just when the visitors appeared to be getting away from the Suns, a beautiful goal from Sean Lemons kept the game in the balance.
Lemons! Oh,
before Tom Lynch produced a moment of individual brilliance right before the siren to ensure the game went right down to the wire.
Lynch with the lead. Man, what a mark it was from Lynch. Deep to full forward.
I'll go through.
Oh, it's in. Yes! And they're still in it.
With 23 possessions and 9 tackles, stand-in captain Michael Riscatelli was enormous in the wet, as was Jared Harbrow, who provided plenty of drive from the back half. The Gold Coast Suns travelled to Melbourne to face Carlton for the 100th game since the club's AFL inception in 2011. The milestone event began in an impressive manner, with the Suns kicking 5 of the last 6 goals in the opening term to open up a 14-point buffer at the first break.
That's not a bad shot either.
Tom Lynch and Charlie Dixon were dominant early, easily accounting for Sam Rowe and Simon White. But the day turned ugly for Rodney Eade's side, with Dixon substituted out of the game halfway through the third quarter with an ankle injury. Carlton then went on to run away with the game in a disappointing afternoon at Etihad Stadium. Tom Lynch earned the most votes for his 4-goal effort against the Blues, and his partner up forward Dixon received 4 votes despite playing just over half the game. What a difference a week makes in football. Gold Coast returned to Metricon Stadium and immediately began brightly against North Melbourne. The Suns didn't just do their damage on the scoreboard, but also through their intense pressure from the opening siren. Champion midfielder Gary Ablett made his long-awaited return from a shoulder injury and became more involved as the game wore on.
Looks inside. Takes on right and lace out the Nichols. That's why he's the best in the business.
The dual Brownlow medalist turned it on in the final quarter, collecting 14 possessions to finish with 31 for the night and 3 goals in a timely reminder of just how good he is.
Gary Ablett. He's already had a sighter from here. He's the best in the business. Welcome back, Gas. And off he goes. Seizes Gibson. Wants him.
How's the pace?
He looked around and said, I got you covered. How's the kick?
Dixon was absolutely unstoppable for the entire game. He made a mockery of Robbie Tarrant and Scott Thompson.
He's a contender for goal of the year.
To put on a clinic, Dixon finished with a new club record 7 goals.
Outside the paint. Delightful.
Cade Kolajasny received 16 votes for his class and drive out of half-back, while Stephen May notched up 15 votes for a performance involving 14 spoils, 6 rebound 50s, and a complete blanketing of Drew Petrie.